A landing this brutal should destroy a normal truck. Here, the suspension is almost out of travel. That survival comes from spreading one violent impact inside the cab. The driver feels the hit beneath the body before controlling the rebound. Desert racing never delivers one clean hit. A normal SUV slows down here. A trophy truck is basically a purpose-built suspension system wrapped around a powerful engine. Every major component is designed around one job: punishment. The secret isn't one giant shock absorber. It's how the entire system manages energy together. Suspension travel is simply how far a wheel can move from full droop to full compression. That huge range lets each tire follow the terrain while the chassis stays relatively controlled. Long control arms guide the wheel through a carefully designed arc instead of straight up and down. The wheels move dramatically because the suspension absorbs terrain before that motion reaches the chassis. Keeping wheel and brake mass controlled helps the suspension react faster to every bump. While the wheels move violently, the chassis needs to stay stable enough for the driver to aim. Small impacts happen constantly, and every one adds heat, stress, and fatigue to the suspension. Then a major landing arrives and forces the entire system to absorb a huge energy spike. The instant the tires touch down, the truck's downward energy has to go somewhere. That energy gets divided between the tires, springs, shocks, bump stops, chassis, and the ground. The tire is actually the first spring, flexing before the suspension even reaches full compression. Lower tire pressure adds compliance, helping the tire absorb sharp impacts instead of transmitting everything upward. The coil spring compresses next, storing part of the impact energy temporarily. But a spring alone would launch that energy right back and make the truck bounce uncontrollably. That's why the shock absorber is critical. It turns suspension motion into controlled resistance. Inside the shock, a piston forces oil through precisely sized passages and valve stacks. Compression damping controls how quickly the suspension can collapse when the wheel is driven upward. High-speed damping refers to fast shock shaft movement, not simply how fast the truck is driving. All that oil movement creates heat, especially when the shocks cycle hundreds of times per minute. A remote reservoir adds fluid and gas volume, helping manage heat, pressure, and consistent damping. Bypass shocks add external flow paths that change damping depending on suspension position. Near the top of the travel, the suspension can stay relatively soft and responsive. Deeper into compression, bypass zones progressively restrict flow and make the shock much firmer. That progressive resistance helps control small bumps without giving up protection on huge landings. Some trophy trucks use multiple dampers because massive loads demand more oil volume and control. The control arms carry enormous forces while keeping the wheel moving along its intended path. Spherical bearings let suspension joints articulate under extreme angles without binding like ordinary rubber bushings. Even during a landing, steering components must keep the wheels pointed close to where the driver wants. The goal is simple: keep the tire connected to the ground without letting the chassis lose control. In the air, the suspension reaches full droop as the wheels hang below the truck. At 3/4 compression, damping resistance rises sharply and the system becomes much more protective. Near the end of travel, every remaining inch becomes critical because the forces climb fast. The bump stop is the final cushion between a controlled bottom out and a brutal mechanical impact. Bottoming out means the suspension has used essentially all of its available compression travel. What engineers desperately want to avoid is hard metal-to-metal contact at the end of that travel. A hydraulic bump stop adds another layer of damping right where the forces are highest. On the hardest landing, every protective layer has to work almost simultaneously to save the truck. A nose-first landing is especially punishing because the front suspension absorbs the load before the rear. Landing on one wheel concentrates the impact into a much smaller part of the suspension system. Add sideways motion, and components must handle lateral force at the same time as vertical impact. If shock temperatures climb too high, the fluid and gas can no longer behave exactly as intended. That loss of damping force is called fade, and it makes the truck harder to control. Tires have limits too. Too much heat, flex, or impact can damage the carcass or sidewall. Beadlock wheels help keep the tires seated even when low pressure and hard impacts distort the sidewall. The chassis isn't perfectly rigid either. Tiny controlled flex can help distribute extreme loads. In a trophy truck, the roll cage is also a major structural part of the chassis. Suspension mounts concentrate huge forces, so their design and reinforcement are absolutely critical. A beautiful weld means nothing unless it can survive thousands of repeated stress cycles. Engineers add strength only where it's needed, because unnecessary weight makes the truck slower and harder to control. After a race, mechanics inspect the truck because damage often starts long before a part actually breaks. Shock shafts are checked for bends, scoring, leaks, and anything that could damage the seals. Control arms get inspected for cracks, deformation, loose joints, and changes in alignment. Some fatigue cracks are tiny, so crews look closely before the next high-speed run. A worn joint gets replaced early because a small amount of play can become a major failure. Racing shocks are rebuildable, so crews can tear them down instead of throwing them away. Fresh oil, seals, and the correct gas pressure restore consistent damping for the next race. Back on the test rig, the rebuilt shock is cycled to verify damping force across its travel. Once everything checks out, the suspension goes back on the truck and gets torqued to specification. Then it's back to the desert, where the engineering has to prove itself all over again. At racing speed, the whoops come so fast the suspension barely finishes one cycle before the next. Jump angle matters because it determines which wheels touch first and where the impact load begins. The landing zone matters just as much. A downslope landing can dramatically reduce peak impact forces. No single component saves the truck. Tires, shocks, springs, arms, bump stops, and chassis share the hit. Here, the suspension uses nearly every inch of travel, yet the truck still leaves under control. That's why it doesn't collapse. The impact is managed progressively instead of hitting one part all at once. And after all that punishment, the truck disappears into the desert, ready for the next hit.